Okay, this time I'm going to be doing a unboxing on another Airfix kit. This time I'll be doing the Airfix Then and Now kit. This one I got when I pre-ordered my Project Heinrich set last year. I think it was about November time. You basically got this and a few other pieces in a gift box, you know, saying thank you for pre-ordering. They no longer make this kit anymore, so you get, like it says on the front, you get the Spitfire Mark II and the Eurofighter Typhoon. And it comes with a nice display base and everything you see here. The plaque and 2 aircraft there. So let's crack open this box. Oh, excuse me. So I'll just reposition the camera and give you a little better close-up look at the sprues. So firstly, we have our base. Just slice open this packet. Same as what came with the Dogfight double set I did. Same style of base. They also do a 5-plane base as well. So if you want to know more about these sort of bases, check out my Dogfight double video. Then we've got a plaque that goes with it. Basically it's got Then and Now written on it and the names of the fighters, planes, whatever you want to call them. Just pop this back in its bag and then I'll crack on with unboxing the actual kit itself. I'll get rid of this piece of paper because we don't need it anymore. So we have our Airfix instruction manual. Usual Airfix blurby thing explaining the different pieces. First is the Spitfire. Let's see, actually is pretty simple kit, 1-sheet instructions. And then we have our paint and decal guide, not in colour in this instruction manual like what was in the Dogfight double book. And we've got our Eurofighter Typhoon instructions. Again, very simple, easy to understand instructions, no writing or anything, just follow the diagrams. You will need to put a 5-gram weight in the nose of this, which is, I'm going to be trying, when I get round to building this plane, I'm going to be trying out a new product I've recently found. What did I do with it? There it is. Liquid Gravity by Deluxe Materials. It's like a very fine beaded material. Let's see if I can open this and see if the camera will focus in on them. Come on, camera. You can see inside there it's like loads of little micro beads of metal. Very heavy. This bottle was about £8 and it weighs a good sort of 400-500 gram bottle. Yeah, 300 gram bottle. And all you do is you place this into your plane, add a couple of drops of, you can either use what they recommend, which is their Rocket Hot Glue, which is basically just a low viscosity super glue. I tend to use this stuff. I love the Virtuabond CA glues. This is their super thin. So all you do is place that where you want it, put a couple of drops of that on, locks it in place, the plane's weighted. You can use it for adjusting gravity in flying aircraft, weighing noses. I'll pop a link to the Deluxe Materials YouTube channel and you can have a look at this stuff. You can use it for like dollhouse, pretty much anything you can use this for. So that's a side note, but I'm going to be using that. I'm going to give that a try, see what it's like. And then we have 2 decal guides. So that's the instruction manual. Then we have the usual bump that comes in it, Airfix Club leaflets. Then we get our paint set. This one you don't get a bottle of poly cement, you only get a little tiny tube. I don't tend to use these. I don't really like that style of glue. I prefer the needle applicators. Set of paints and a couple of brushes. These are their like stable brushes. And then we have our Eurofighter Typhoon bag. Slice this bag. Go that way. So nose cone, and the cockpit, and something, I think that's the heads-up display in there as well. Then we've got sprue number 1, it's the landing gear, drop tanks, etc., and tail fins, and the cockpit bucket seat, and the engine intake covers. Then we have our weapons down this side and this side, landing gear, pilot, ejector seat, console, nozzles. Lower side of the fuselage, got interior detail in the wheel wells there. Pretty nice looking kit, quite chunky plastic. And then we have the upper half. Very few panel lines on this, and for some weird reason they've decided to opt for a raised panel lines for some weird reason. I tend to avoid raised panel lines where possible because it's annoying to accent them. You've got to use your airbrush and stuff, and yeah, I'm a bit lazy. Prefer to just slap on an enamel wash and I'm done. But hey ho. Drop tanks, for some bizarre reason they must be non-symmetrical because there's a little arrow on top of them to say this way forward, and that's the Eurofighter Typhoon. And then next we have our Spitfire. This has recently been re-released since the release of a TV show that James Martin did, and it now doesn't come in a box. It comes in the original Airfix packaging, which was basically a plastic bag like this with a cardboard sleeve across the top, with the instructions on the card. So, 3 sprues. We have our cockpit in there, and our wheel light. Main sprue here, which has the full wing assembly, the pilot, landing gear, exhaust mufflers, tail wheel, antenna array. And then the second sprue is the fuselage, both parts, the tailplane, the propeller, wheels, and air intake. And that's the Spitfire. And then we also get in the packet our decals, lots of decals. Get this in position so you can see it. I'll just zoom in on this a bit more, just give me a second. Okay, this is our transfer sheet. This little section here is the Spitfire, and the rest of it is for the Typhoon. So lots of warning labels and consoles and all sorts of things, hazard stripes. Yep, a couple of bird eagles for the squadron markings, etc. So that's the decal sheet. These are all cartograph decals because Airfix tends to use cartograph for most decals. And we get a little Airfix preview catalogue as well. The Submarine has recently come out. It's a very, very nice kit. And a couple of others in the range that Airfix do. And obviously we get our club registration form and all that lot in there. So that was a look at the Airfix then and now set. No longer in production anymore, but you'll probably be able to find it on eBay probably. Until next time, thank you for watching and happy modelling, guys.